All right, I'm going to show a few ways to build basically the flexibility for a deeper straddle by moving into more active flexibility type positions here. And the whole thing of making the flexibility active is basically you're going to engage your muscles and hold tension as you come into the shape. Now, if your hamstrings are really tight and you have a hard time with a forward fold, you're going to take the basic version, which I'm going to show you right now. So you're going to bring this down onto your back, and all these are going to be supine. So you're going to be on the floor with your back down. And to start, I'm just going to bring this into a basic sort of happy baby position. Now, rather than grabbing my feet, I'm going to grab my thighs. So rather than having my legs together, knees to the sides, because you're moving the straddles with legs parted out to side. Take hold of the backs of your thighs, and you want to tense up the hip flexors, the muscles right where your leg actually joins your pelvis. So you're going to tense that up, pull the thighs in, so down around the sides of your belly, and there should be contact between the thighs and your torso at this point. So pull down, and then as you hold this, pull down, tense up the muscles here, tense up your thighs as much as you can, and then point your toes. Keep your shoulders grounded, try to keep the thighs where they are, and then straighten your legs as much as you can, might be a little bit, might be a lot, and then bend the knees. Straighten and hold yourself tense for 2, and then let it go. Straighten, keep your legs tense for 3, let it go. Straighten, keep your legs tense for 4, and then let it go. Straighten, keep your legs tense for 5, and just hold here. Now, keep your thighs pulling in close. You can still pull down with your hands, but still point the toes, try to straighten your legs as much as you can. So 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. And then when you let go of the tension right around the hip hinge. Here, that's the hip flexors. You can fold your knees side to side to loosen this up. And that is the basic version of this. All right, here's a more difficult version of a straddle fold on your back. And for this, I recommend having a strap or an elastic band. This is an old bike tire here. I'm going to use this, and this is for tension in the shoulders to keep your upper body grounded. So I'm going to come down onto my back. And then I'm just going to take a length of this. It's a little bit wider than my shoulders, and bring my arms overhead. Now, you don't have to crank on the arms here, but you want to keep some tension in the shoulders. So I'm going to rotate my thumbs toward the floor, arms straight, and just pull. Now my shoulders are grounded, and I've got that tension across the upper back. And I'm going to start from here. So I'm going back and forth to an active straddle. So I'm going to keep my legs as straight as I can. So try to tense up your thighs, lock your knees. If you need to back off, you can keep the bend in the knees, but minimize the bend so the legs are as straight as you can hold. Keep pointing the toes. And then just bring your feet wider than your hips. You don't have to go super wide here. This is about folding, keep in mind, with your feet still wide. So with my shoulders on the floor, I'm going to tense up the hip flexors and pull the thighs in. And I'm going to keep going. So my spine's going to start to round, but I'm trying to hold it as flat as I can and bring as much of my thighs down to touch my torso. And then roll my spine down and come back up and keep the legs straight. Now I'm going to bring it down like that, nice and slow for 2, still flattening out against the floor. And then roll the spine down and bring the legs back up. And then again for 3, pull. So draw the thighs in close, close your body into as deep a fold as you can. And then roll your spine down and come back up. And then for 4, again, closing that hinge at the hips. And bring the thighs down outside the rib cage. And then back up. And then one more time. So I'm going to pull this down. So thighs are touching the sides of my belly and the sides of my ribs. I'm going to hold this, and I'm trying to squeeze my legs into my upper body and press my spine down flat. And just hold. So from here, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Now your hand's going to feel that with the band, the shoulders are going to feel that, but the real work of the fold should be at the hip hinge, the hip flexors, and the thighs as well. That's where you're trying to hold the tension to maintain the fold, keep in mind. All right, I'm going to do another version of the straddle fold here. This is more advanced. This is with ankle weights and with the legs weighted. If you don't have very flexible hamstrings, this can be good just to basically use the extra weight to come into a deeper fold, but you want to be careful with this. So if you need to bend the knees, go ahead, bend the knees. If it feels like too deep a stretch, maybe take the ankle weights off, or maybe don't come down too far into this. Don't force this by any means. I have pretty open hamstrings, so I can do this with pretty straight legs. So from here, I'm just going to bring myself down. Now, I could have my arms overhead and hold on to a band, but I'm just going to start with my arms to my sides and pressing my hands into the floor. And I'm just trying to fold everything as flat as I can with the straddle, with the feet wide. So I'm going to bring my legs up, toes out to the sides, and this isn't the maximum straddle necessarily, but enough so I can get that fold. So try to keep your low back down on the floor, tense up the thighs, let the legs just be heavy, and just fold this down as low as you can, as flat as you can. And then roll your spine down and just come back up to vertical. So that's one. I'm going to bring it down for two. And I'm just letting the weight take my feet down, but I'm trying to keep my tailbone on the floor. And it will roll back. It will lift sometime, keep in mind. And I'm coming back to vertical. Now for three. I'm just using that weight to help my legs sink down, but I'm still tensing up my thighs and tensing up my hip flexors. And then back up, and I'm going to do two more. I'm going to bring it down again. Legs held as straight as possible, thighs tensed. And I'm trying to press my spine flat into the floor. And then I'll bring it back up, and I'm definitely feeling this in the hamstrings. One more. So tensing up the hip flexors, tensing up the thighs, feet past my head. I'm drawing this down, and I'm going to keep holding like this for 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you add weight to your legs, you are definitely going to feel a stretch coming into this. But take your time. If you don't need it right now, back off. And if it doesn't feel right, you can build up your strength and build up your flexibility a little bit first.